pupils are still alive.
These viruses that I've contracted through no fault of my own have curtailed every life opportunity that I could imagine, whether that's a paying job so I can provide for my wife or to start a family. Again, we were advised.
How are you feeling about your interview?
Not too bad. I'm not sweating because of nerves, I'm sweating because I'm actually quite warm.
And how would you best describe what it's like to live on benefits?
Awful. It's awful. You're ashamed. Well, I personally feel ashamed about being on benefits. I don't want to be on benefits. I know that I'm worth more. I've been there and now I'm down here, and it's a fucking hard struggle to get back up there again.
This is my dad, Stefan. Over the past few years, my dad has been living on benefits, on and off between jobs. A lot has changed for him over these few years, but this is where he is now. I want to make this film to show everyone what life is really like for someone who is unemployed. Someone like my dad.
Whoop whoop. I've got £2.76 to last me. Tell a lie. £4.76, £5.26, £5.66 to last me till Thursday. It's Tuesday today, so it's £2.50 a day. Lovely, lovely. Yeah, your payment this month is, so that's what I had to live on, £254 for a month. That's what I'm entitled to, £590. Yeah? Which is £317 basically what used to be dole money, and £272 which is for my rent. So once Leeds City Council have taken their £336 out, it leaves me with £254 a month to live on. That was in April. We go to May. Same again, £254 to live on. June, this is where it gets fun, because Taxman also took £47.67 off me, which left me a total of £206.59 to live on for the month. So 206.59 times 12 months equals, if I divide that by 365 days, £6.79 I have each day to live on. Leeds City Council, you have to pay in advance for your rent. Universal Credit, they pay in arrears. So you're constantly in debt. You can never get clear of your debt. You're always in debt. And then they wonder why people fucking struggle on Universal Credit and take out bloody doorstep loans and shit and get themselves into even more debt because it's just fucking wrong.
Would you say there's been a turning point in your work life that has kind of led to the downward spiral?
Yeah. Back in 2006, everything seemed to sort of go tits up. I was involved in a hit and run. Luckily, a friend's wife and someone else revived me on the road. Subsequently, from that, I was in hospital. I've had to have major brain surgery. The brain surgery, unfortunately, though, from the accident and the brain surgery, has left me with certain mental issues where I'm on antidepressants and medication for the rest of my life. But it seemed to be since then, since the accident, everything just kind of seems to have gone wrong, for want of a better phrase. Your mum and I divorced. Jobs, I've had jobs, I've lost jobs. Some jobs I've lost because I've not been able to control my temper. So yeah, it's my emotions and my head, my mental state, I personally think has affected me, my employment and my opportunities of employment. Let me waste it. I've always had a form of depression, but since the accident, it definitely got worse. So most certainly, and then obviously when the sort of job situation started going sort of tits up, it just got even worse and worse and worse. It just multiplied thereon. You know, you're my son, but you're also my best friend. You know, I can say stuff to you that I can't say to anybody else, but I say stuff to you sometimes in the fear that it's going to upset you. You know, when I would sat there and said, you know, I've contemplated suicide, and I have told you this before anyway. I have contemplated it, seriously contemplated it. You know, I've been on the internet and looked up how to make a proper hangman's noose, not just a shitty little loop, but a proper hangman's noose, so I could take myself up to the 9th floor up there and throw myself off. I've been in such a fucking state. But then I think of you. You are the one that holds me together. You know, you're 22 years old and I'm 49, and I'm not ashamed to say it. I love you with all my heart, and you are the one that holds me together. And if it wasn't for you, I would not be here now. If it wasn't for the thought of what you'd be going through, me knowing what I went through without a father, a little bit difficult because you're a lot older now, but still, it's still that father and son bond. I would not want to leave you without that, because I've never had it. And it's weird, I can't explain it, because I've never had it, I can't really explain it. I can only think what it would have been like with my dad, and I don't want to deprive you of that. Plus the fact I'd miss you like fuck.
I meant to be making you cry.
Tough. Do you want a moment, Oliver?
I think I need one, yeah. Where are we?
Do you want a couple of minutes, love? Compose yourself.
Do you want a cat? There's a cat.
Come here, silly ass. Mwah. You are my rock though, mate. If it wasn't for you.
So yeah, this is me. I mean, I've known for a while that my dad's been depressed, but I never thought I'd have to sit him down in front of a camera to get him to be so honest with me. It's hard to hear. It's really hard to hear that that's the way he feels, but knowing that by me just being here is the reason I get to call him every week means everything. It's horrible to have to see him like this, but this right here is exactly why I'm making this film, to show people what living on benefits can really do to someone.
It's a constant battle to keep this crucial lifeline open and keep the island connected to the mainland. It's vital for far more than access.
From the Supreme Court, 7 months which we don't have. The second big part is whether or not this is even admissible, whether or not the question of the legality of the advice.
The problem on this stretch of coastline is just about a rapidly changing coast. So there's nothing.
See some sunshine coming through. You get to see maybe what.
Half glazed, half cake. I'd love a donut. Thanks, Benjamin. Thanks for meeting with us, Mr. I'm a Renaissance man.
So where are you headed, Da Vinci?
A woman's apartment.
Girlfriend?
Don't have a girlfriend.
So who is she?
Miss Cheryl Johnson. She gave me her number, said she's a singer worth hearing.
She was the one, definitely of the girls that were in the villa that I'd go for. Just her confidence played away. Just was.
So, it's been a few weeks since my dad's interview. However, like many of the interviews he goes for, we'd heard nothing back. Then last week, he called me with some news. Finally, he'd got the job, and I'm so happy for him. Yeah, admittedly, part of me is worried. This is such a huge moment, but I can't help think, what if he can't keep his temper again? Or what if he loses it for any reason? I can't imagine what that'd do to him. Still, I'm so proud, and today is his first day back at work.
Small area that they were in. No. I was very, very fortunate that they were able to engage him as quickly as they did.
6-year-old Stephen Romero is the first victim to be
Takes you longer to peel this shit off than it does to cook it. I would feel better in myself, obviously, because I'm working. I feel, you know, I've got a sense of pride back that I've actually got a job and I'm not a dull waller and a, you know, a drain on the Earth's oxygen, as people describe it. So yeah, I've got a bit of self-respect back in regarding that. But obviously I'm still struggling financially, which is a massive burden.
Would you say that this month has been harder or the same, going back to work as to living a month solely on benefits?
Frustrating. I think frustrating is the word I'd use, because, you know, I know I've been working and I expected to see something for it, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I know I got paid a week's salary, which was good, and I appreciated it. But on top of that, I also expected my universal credit being paid, and when it didn't turn up, I was gutted, to be honest with you, because I was completely relying on receiving something from them to see me through for the next 2 weeks until I got paid by Lockwell's. So yeah, I mean, it's been a struggle, as I said, because I've been having to fuel the company vehicle as well. It's been a massive struggle. My boss is off at the minute, so he's not been able to fill the vehicle up. You know, he's not been able to put it on his company credit card or anything like that. It's all come out of my pocket.
Was it a shock when you didn't get paid from Universal Credit?
Yeah, massive. Yeah, huge. I expected to get something. Even if it was just a little something, I expected to get something. And, you know, the statement, it refers to Leeds City Council, i.e. my rent, but it doesn't actually state whether it's been paid or not, so I've no idea whether they've put me even further into arrears with Leeds City Council again. So I've no idea.
I've been away for just over a week now, but Dad called me yesterday. I asked how work was going and he told me that he'd been off sick. I couldn't believe it when he told me that he was off this early into his new job. How's that going to look to his new boss? I'm pretty worried, so I feel it's best to go and see him and just see what's going on.
They rehabilitate injured animals and put them back into the wild. Oh, look at that picture. It was like going back on the job, working for Monster Films. It was just brilliant. We worked really hard. We travelled around the country, and it was like...
People are saying that we're in constitutional crisis. What do you make of it?
So my measure for constitutional crisis is whether one of the foundational institutions, that's government...
It's a real treat to be able to walk along this causeway, and who knows how many more generations will...
Whether or not that advice, so government advice to the Queen, could be subject to judicial review. Now, foundational...
How are you feeling today?
Pretty crap.
What's up with you?
I've got a prostatitis, so basically a bacterial infection on my prostate gland. So it's causing all sorts of aches, pains and other issues. My back's killing me, stomach's killing me, really bad wind for some bizarre reason. And at one point it's pretty much okay today, but even the top of my head were hurting. It was like having really bad sunburn on top of my head. I've not even been out in the sun. I've not been out since last Friday.
Are you worried about taking time off this early?
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean they have like a 6-month probation. Because I'm off again next week as well. So I'm going into York Hospital next week for my foot, doing for me injections into my foot. So I'm off for at least one day next week. Depending how the foot is, I may be off for a couple of days a week after. So yeah, having been with the company 7 weeks, 6 weeks, I'll have had 2 weeks off.
I'm worried. And I can tell that my dad is too. Being off work this early, it doesn't exactly look great. I know it's not his fault, and I know that work know that too, but still. If he loses his job, I don't know what's going to happen. The last thing that I want to see is him back on benefits and back in that state again. I know that he doesn't want to be unemployed. He wants to work, and he wants to earn his own money. He's a proud man, my dad.
I go for interviews and they often ask you this question: what's your biggest achievement? And what I say to them is, well, okay, I've worked in sales, you know, I've achieved 10, 15 million pound a year. I've had progression, I've had promotions, I've done this, I've done that, I've done the other. As far as I'm concerned, it's all part of my job. You know, you get a big order in, you win a project. Oh, that's an achievement. Well, no, it's a part of my job. That's what I get paid to do. My biggest achievement was being part of producing you. And the thing I'm most proud of is you, for what you've achieved. I came from a family where my dad wasn't around, as you know. Difficult. I didn't have anyone there to really kind of support me. And I suppose one of my achievements is I've always been there to support you. whatever, you know, maybe not financially but emotionally, and I've always supported you as much as I can throughout your schooling and throughout your studies. And the thing that I'm most proud of is where you've got, and your determination and the effort that you put in to get where you are now. And I can only hope that it's just gonna blow out of proportion for you from now on. And I am so proud of you. I really am so proud of you. Not been paid yet. Yes, I have. I was looking at the wrong account. Dickhead. Woo! Been paid. Woohoo! Been paid. What's your account number? Oh God. So it begins. Move money. Move from.
You could be a bit happier than that.
What?
You could be happier.
What, I'm having to pay you back? Yeah, I'm ecstatic. Fucking hell, don't last long, does it? Let's pay her. Move money. From. So, fucking do it all while I'm here then. Well, Christ, that didn't last long, did it? That's just gone down by 300 odd quid. How long have we been on? Oh, 2 minutes and 49 seconds. Oh dear, never mind.
I can already see that having been paid has made a massive change to my dad. He's already so much happier. Now that his bills are paid, he can just go out, go shopping and get anything he needs without having to worry. But I just really hope it lasts. I'll never not worry about him. At least, not until he's passed his probation at work anyway. But I know that whatever happens, he'll be alright. He understands that he's not a doley, as they say. He actually tries. And he tries his damned hardest to work. And thankfully, that hard work, it's paid off. I'm so proud of you, Dad.